Hey guys, Bombarder from Rebel Armory Forum, FX Sabres Forum, and Bespin Custom Props. This is another sabre, or pair of sabres, whichever you'd like to think of it as. Just finished putting this one together for one of my combat customers, 97th Acolyte. This is a commission that he's had for, not with me, but he's had the parts and just not got around to building for about 2 years or so, maybe a little bit longer. This is the Korbanth 1.5. I don't know which one you would call it now, because I think we're on the third or fourth iteration of the maul staff that Korbanth has done a run of. This one hasn't got the black tube in here. This one is the one that's got the section inside that where the diameter reduces inside, and it's not the one that had the 3/8 tube from quite a few years ago. This is the version of it that I prefer, to be quite honest. I don't like the one with the black tubes because it takes up too much room inside and it just makes them more awkward to do installs on. So this is the version that I prefer, and he's actually quite lucky that he still had hold of this. He asked me to do weathering on it, which I have done. And he asked me not to go quite as heavy with the weathering as I did with my own one, which I will show you for comparison. This is the weathering on mine. It's just turned itself on. So you can see Phil, 97th Acolyte, that I haven't gone as mad with the weathering on your one. Right, so let's get my one out of the way. And what this sabre's got fitted in it is a red white main LED, copper based cree XPE2 main LEDs. You've got, unlike most of them, this is the ignition switch. I removed the screw from in it and then I machined it to fit. And that's the ignition switch. I've also machined the hole out here because the speaker is at this end of it, so that he's got easy access to the soundboard, which is right there. Literally, you unscrew it apart and your SD card is there. You can take the SD cards out with your finger because they're basically so close to the end of it. The battery is bang smack in the middle, and it's a 18650 3.7 volt. It's running Plecter Labs Nano Biscuit version 2, which is why I say that he's had this sabre for quite a while, because I know he's had the parts and the components, but he hasn't had the money to actually do the install. I think this is probably, it's either the third or the fourth sabre that Phil's had me do installs on. Right, so yeah. The other thing that I did for you, Phil, is I put the screen accurate O-rings on for you. So you've got O-ring there and an O-ring there as well. Obviously on both sides, same thing, O-ring there and an O-ring there. I'm presuming it must be screen accurate because the EFX sabre and the previous Master Replicas LE and SE versions come with the O-rings on them like that, so I'm presuming it's screen accurate. Well, you've now got them anyway, and it actually does add a little bit of detail to it that it wouldn't ordinarily have if you was without them. The other thing I've done is this LED here and this one here will be on when you remove the kill keys. This LED on both sides comes on and mimics what the blade is doing, so you'll notice it'll be flickering and it will flash slightly when you hit the clash. So without further ado, let's pull the kill keys. The other thing it's got is 20mm veco 20mm speakers, unlike my one which has got 28mm bass speakers fitted in it. So yeah, you can see the sensitivity is a lot better than what it would normally be. Battery's just died in that one, needs charging. I sorted the sensitivity out on it because the boards are sitting here. When you swing it, it wasn't getting any motion sensing, so I've upped the points on the scale from 53 to 73. Those of you with MB version 2s in a staff and the boards are mounted here, then put your eye setting up to 73 and it should massively improve your swing sensitivity and the general sensitivity of the board in the saber. So I'll quickly pause it and then I'll show you where the SD cards are located. Okay, so there's your SD cards, easy access, no trouble getting to them if you want to change sound fonts. Simple as that. If you need to change settings in the configs, then there they are. The other thing that I didn't mention is I have two-piece chassis in this. One piece is holding the speaker at the other end, and they're the same two parts, and by miraculous coincidence, the main switch section of the Inception hilt chassis that I designed, which is on Shapeways, fits these sabers perfectly, and the nano biscuit board actually sits in the chassis without any modification, like in the chassis pieces, just slides in and it's nice and tight in there. So saved Phil some money because I didn't have to design and create a special chassis system for it. I was able to use something that I already got on my website. So anyway, hope you're happy with them. Obviously there's the recharge ports, nice and flush so they don't catch your hands. And just so you know, Phil, they are a complete and utter pain to put in from the inside when you've got that much distance to get down and then screw it in, because they were drilled and threaded. Okay, thanks for watching, guys.